big picture, let's look at the reality here. The tariffs caused, and the tariff war caused China to stop purchasing a lot of American goods from Americans. Of course, the spin machine blamed it on everything under the sun, but the bottom line is soybean farmers, for example, sold like 58% of their yearly crops to China, okay, just to China. So pissing off China with just that bullshit tariff war that constitutionally he had no right to do in any way, shape, or form, that, as a reminder, he started and continued by Truth Social post, not by congressional approval, which is how it's supposed to happen in our democracy and the way our structure was set up. So having said that, the soybean farmers have been going out of business right and left. Now that the government shutdown is going on, there's a bigger problem happening because now he's given $40 billion to Argentina, which sucks because no one knows why. I mean, rumors and everything else are rumors and everything else. But the bottom line is he gave $40 billion without congressional approval, which is also a constitutional thing, and to Argentina. And then started with the tariff stuff again, and the tariff stuff again has already taken a big hit for the beef farmers and stuff like that. So, everything is connected. So now, because he's doing so much of a favor for Argentina for some reason, because, it's really, really wrong to send money to other countries when America needs it so bad. But anyway, so the beef, the beef world, the beef farmers are now being told by Cheeto von Schitzenpants directly to their faces on international TV that basically they need to get smarter and get more competitive and suck it up. Because Trump just gave a huge gift in importing beef from Argentina, the same country getting $40 billion of our taxpayer money. Well, I mean, if that's not enough for MAGA to raise a couple eyebrows, they need to also remember that it's the last week in October right now. So in 1 week, there's about 20 million people getting thrown off their health care. Another 20 million are getting doubled, tripled, quadrupled, if not, 5 times the amount of cost for their premiums. SNAP benefits have been canceled. So those who are working 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs just to keep things going and pay those bills that desperately rely on that stuff because their rent's out of control because the housing market is kind of, screwed up. Because remember in the first administration, all the real estate regulations were lifted because too big a government. So all these big companies started buying up all these houses and all that stuff. And then they raised, it's self-inflated. It's another way for that whole Dodd-Frank thing to get around it and start another real estate bubble. But anyway, what it means to American people is simple. Rent is outrageous. The amount of homes for rent is basically, like finding a unicorn. But it's okay because, all of these wonderful things happening with or without the current government shutdown that's giving him basically a bull in a china shop to do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, besides that, what Congress, loud and proud, stood next to him to approve are all of these cuts, especially when they approved the big, beautiful bill. And now you sprinkle in the, we're going after and destroying permanently, very proudly spoken like a bully in a playground, all of those evil Democrat Antifa type of communist type of programs, like Social Security that both sides of the aisle have been paying on in every paycheck that we've earned in America. But it's okay because, in this government shutdown, it basically gives a king the right to do, well, they could do whatever they want anyway. I mean, hell, they could even tear down the people's house without any approval or anything. They can take money from wherever they want and put it wherever they want. They can sue their own government that they are now in charge of for the inconvenience of being caught breaking major federal laws and many, many more that were washed away. They can do all that because they're in charge of everybody and everyone around them lets them do that. So who cares if the entire most historic family love-oriented part of our people's house gets demolished on a whim because it sounds like money.